Hello, Assalamu alaikum. I am Abdul, and today we will learn about present perfect tense. We use this tense when we want to describe about something, that something has finished or we have finished something. So when completed, something has been completed. So we use this structure and this tense. For example, you were eating the meal. Okay, you were eating the meal, eating, and when you finished it, you said that I have finished it, I have completed, I have eaten. So you have completed the verb, the work eat. Eat is a verb, action. So you have completed it, finished it. So you will speak the present perfect tense, that I have eaten, I have eaten the meal. Okay, how to make this sentence? uh, Keep this thing in your mind, that always use third form of verb when you want to speak about perfect tense, past or present or future perfect tense. Whenever you want to talk about perfect tense, you must use third form of verb. For this thing, you should learn the third forms of verbs as you learned in past indefinite the second form of verbs. So now you have to learn the third forms of verbs. Okay, for example, as I just gave you the example of eating, you were eating something and finally you finished it. After that you will speak I have eaten. So we use have or has between the subject and verb. We use verb with third form, subject normally, and between subject and verb we use have or has. Now, when should we use have and when should we use has? So it's common and easy. We use have with I, with you, we, they, and plurals, all plurals, we use have. Like I have eaten the meal, you have eaten the meal, they have eaten the meal, and we have eaten the meal. Okay, Aslam and Ali have eaten the meal, plurals. And when we talk about any third person singular, we use has. For example, he has eaten the meal. Now we will not speak as he have eaten the meal, no, but we will speak he has eaten the meal. She has eaten the meal. It has eaten the meal. Aslam has eaten the meal. Any third person singular, we speak has. After that, third form of verb, eaten. Okay. Let me give you more examples. Which things can we speak in this tense? For example, eaten, it is a verb. When we finish, we use it. I have eaten. Let's suppose I gave you some sentences to write down in your register, and you were writing, finally you finished. After that you will speak to me, brother, I have written the sentences. Written is the third form of write. You will speak I have written the sentences. That means I have written the sentences you gave me. Okay. Similarly, we can talk about read. Read is a verb. Read, when you read any book, any paragraph, sentences or something, you read. So third form of read is read. In written, the spelling are same, R-E-A-D, read, but in pronunciation we say read. Okay, so for example, I told you to read this book and you started reading reading, and you continued reading, you kept on reading, finally you finished it. Then you will say to me, I have read this book. I have read this book means finished, completed. I have completed the action of reading. Read is an action, so I have completed this action. So you will say, I have read this book. Alright? Let's take more examples. For example, I told you to cook the meal. I told you to cook the meal. And you started cooking. Finally, you finished. You cooked. Now you will say to me, I have cooked the meal. Means I have finished this work. I have completed this work. Okay, I have cooked the meal. Cook is an action. You finished it. You will say, I have cooked. Third form. Okay. Or if you talk about somebody else, I told somebody else to cook the meal, or you told somebody else to cook the meal, and you are going to tell me about him, then you will say, he has cooked the meal. Means you told him to cook, or I told him to cook, and he started cooking, then finished. So I will say, he has cooked the meal, or she has cooked the meal. Okay. In the same way, we can talk about many things as possible for you. You should speak a lot of sentences. Now let's talk about the negative sentences. How to make the negative sentences in this structure and tense. It's very easy. You just have to put the word not after has or have. If you want to talk about yourself, you will say have not. For example, you can say, I have not eaten the meal. I have not eaten the meal. Means I'm still hungry. I haven't eaten the meal. I need to eat it. For example, you are waiting for somebody. He will come and then you will start eating. You will eat with him. So if he comes and asks you, have you eaten the meal? You will say, no, I have not eaten the meal yet. Okay? Means I will eat it. I haven't eaten it. I will eat it with you. So come and let's start eating. Okay? So the things you did not complete, you didn't finish, you can speak in negative sentences. I haven't done this, done that. I haven't, and then third form of verb. Alright? For making questions, if you want to ask somebody, has he finished or not, has he completed something or not, then you will put have or has in the beginning of the sentence, and then you will speak. For example, if you ask the second person, you will say, have you? For example, have you eaten the meal? That means, have you finished, completed this action? Have you finished? Have you completed? Have you eaten the meal? If you have eaten, you will say, yes, I have eaten the meal. If not, then you will say, no, I haven't eaten yet. Means, I will eat, I haven't eaten yet. I haven't eaten yet. Third form of verb. Don't forget to use third form of verb. Alright? Now, how to practice this tense? If you want to practice this tense by yourself, without any person, you have nobody to talk to, you have nobody to practice with, you are all alone at home, but you are interested in speaking, you are interested in learning English, practicing English. So you should practice with yourself. How? Ask many questions from yourself and answer them by yourself. For example, ask yourself, oh brother, oh Mr. Sir, have you Have you read this book? Look at any book and ask from yourself, have you read this book? If you really have read this book, then say, yes, I have read this book. If not, then answer in negative sentence, no, I haven't read this book. Okay. You can ask more questions from yourself. Have you have you bought a new car? No, I haven't bought a new car. Okay. Have you changed your dress? Yes, I have changed my dress. Have you put your book on the table? No, I haven't put the book on the table. Have you cleaned the room? Yes, I have cleaned the room. Have you done something? Yes, I have done that thing. Okay, so you can ask from yourself many things. The things you have done that day. Ask yourself and answer yourself. And you can ask about third person, any person. You should keep somebody in your mind, think about him, and ask the questions. Has he finished his work? Has he eaten the meal? Has she cooked the meal? And then answer, yes, she has cooked the meal. Yes, he has done something. He has written the sentences or whatever. Okay, it's up to you. But you should try to speak the real conversation, not the false things, not the things which haven't happened yet, but speak the real things. In this way, you will be able to practice well. Okay, thanks for watching this video. See you again with the next video. Bye bye for now.